This is Michael Orrell of MobileBurn.com, and today I have with me the Samsung SGH-A877 Impression for AT&T. It's a new 3G capable QWERTY messaging and multimedia device. One of the defining features on the device is a new 3.2-inch AMOLED wide QVGA display. I'm going to unlock the display right here. See, it's a large touchscreen and it's really bright and colorful. I mean, that's the real benefit of AMOLED displays. They have blacker blacks and brighter colors, and they can even use a heck of a lot less power because black pixels, like on this display here, don't require any backlighting. Since every pixel generates power or generates light for itself, there's no backlight. So you can look on the edges. There's no light seeping through. It's really a brilliant display technology, and Samsung's been using it quite a bit lately on their high-end phones. In terms of physical design, you can see on the left edge we have volume controls, and we have a dedicated multitasking button. You press this and it brings up quick access to some of the most common applications on the device. On the back we have a 3 megapixel camera. There's no autofocus though. Speaker grill right there. On this edge we have the lock button, which is pretty poorly designed because when you have to hold it in to lock and unlock the device, and just because of the way it's positioned low here and you're grabbing the other side, you often see, I'm trying to grab it here and I'm actually sliding it open a little bit, which makes it a little hard to use. The camera shutter button, on the other hand, makes sense because you're using it like this and it's easy to activate. Not too much to see on the front, except for 3 controls right down here: call send, call end, and a dedicated back button. The proprietary Samsung power and headset port is up top. Somewhat of an unusual location, but I suppose that works. Let's take a look at the keyboard, so get a better look at the display. The keyboard has 4 full rows, which means you get 3 rows dedicated to just the letters. So the letters are stacked the way you would expect them. B underneath H, is still next to the N. There's no space bar jammed in between the B and the V and things like that. Virtual keypad here has to be used with the function key. You have some quick access buttons, like for hold this one down to access the messaging application. There are even arrow keys over here, which are pretty handy. Keyboard has good feel in general. The keys are a little rubbery, but that's not a problem except for the space bar. The space bar is a little finicky. You have to make sure you're pressing on the right edge or the left edge. If you hit somewhere in the middle, sometimes it doesn't register properly. So that's the only real problem with it. It's pretty good overall, and with that display it looks really nice. Now, one of the things we see on all these high-end Samsung devices is the new TouchWiz interface on there. So you can see I'm loading a widget tray, pulling it up and closing it. It has a bunch of widgets here that we can drag onto the display, and I'm not real pleased with this background image I'm using right now because it doesn't look right in this orientation. So I'm going to use this widget to go find something maybe a little more generic. Let's set that one. When we're done with the widget, just grab it, drag it back onto the tray. Tap that little tab there, and it goes away. Now when we close the device, it goes back to a vertical orientation. Same thing's true with the main menu. Samsung makes mention of an accelerometer in there, and you'll see it in other parts of the device, but you're not going to see it on some of these things like the main menu. It doesn't work until you actually open the device up. We're going to take another look at the widget tray while we're in the vertical orientation. You can see also that we can scroll up and down through the widgets. Now you just drag a widget on, drag it off, but notice that I dragged it from the top and now I put it back in. It's in the 4th position, so it makes it a little difficult to keep track of where things are. Some of the widgets can be activated just by tapping on them while they're in the tray, like your favorite contacts here. Whereas a lot of them, like the clock, don't do anything. Here's the navigation system, which will pull up just by tapping on the icon in the tray.